What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to The Cosmic Wonder. I'm your host, Warren Thompson, and today I get to watch Thor Love and Thunder at the world premiere. I'm super excited. Thank you to Marvel and Disney for inviting me. And did you guys just see that Marvel released a trailer about a couple of hours ago that had a lot of really interesting new footage? They actually showed Celestials. Let's take a look at that new footage real quick because there's some stuff that I want to talk about right before I see the movie tonight.
You packed? Yes.
Okay, so there are two Celestials in this new Thor Love and Thunder trailer, and it's very apparent that they are there. They're very obvious about it in this trailer. They're at Olympus. So I'm wondering what the connection here. Now, I would assume that Celestials kind of created the gods, but they are at the same time gods. Technically, they're both gods. The Celestials are definitely stronger than just a god like Thor or a god like Zeus, but we actually don't know at this point in time because that's what this movie is going to do. They're going to introduce different types of gods in the actual MCU. So Eternals has set us up for the Celestials. We know how big they are, how massive they are. We know their importance. We know their roles. And then we're going to be introduced to Zeus, Gore the God Butcher, who I'm sure is going to be shown, killing a bunch of different gods, which is where, in turn we'll be meeting a lot of different gods as well. And we know how Marvel does it right before, the movies come out. They always try to release a bunch of different TV spots and clips, whether it's on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, a combination of all of them. They love to do that, and I'm not complaining because this really gets me just even more excited. I think a lot of people know Thor is my favorite Marvel character. I really love Thor, and I really love Chris Hemsworth as Thor. I think Thor Ragnarok was such a dang good movie, and it's definitely in my top 3 favorite movies. I think it goes like Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, Thor Ragnarok, and I'm hoping that Thor Love and Thunder can knock it out of that third spot, and if not, hopefully it can hit the top 5, because again, Thor's my favorite hero, and now they're putting the Celestials in this. So this just got a lot more interesting. We have the Celestials, we have Zeus, we have Gore the God Butcher, who is going to be showing us a bunch of different types of gods. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And overall, I think it's just going to be a fantastic movie. Taika Waititi is directing again, and of course, he's playing Korg. I love Korg. That was probably really bad, but I'm not sorry about it because I love everything about it. He did an amazing job with Ragnarok, and it's an even better cast than before, adding Natalie Portman and Christian Bale, like two amazing actors. Like, I'm so excited for this. Of course, Natalie Portman has been in the first two, but now she's back because she wasn't in Ragnarok. So I'm excited to see that story play out. The movie looks hilarious, just like Thor Ragnarok was. And here's what to expect from me, because I see it tonight. I'm going to immediately post kind of like a reaction. If you followed me for a little bit, you know that when I go to the world premieres of these movies, I just kind of walk out of the theater. I'm typically with a bunch of other YouTubers like The Real Rejects, Eric Ross from New Rockstars, Chris from Cosmic Culture. Like, I'm usually with a bunch of different people, Wendy and Dustin and the Movie Couple. And typically we'll just kind of take out our phones and just share our reactions right outside of the theater, right when we get out of the movie. So expect that tonight. It starts at 7 Pacific time. I'm assuming I'm going to get out around 9:30, 10. They don't ever really start on time, not yet, at least. So expect it around, like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm going to say 9:30 to 10:30 tonight. That's going to be my just initial, oh my gosh, I just watched Thor Love and Thunder. This is like my reaction right out of the theater, how I'm feeling right away. And then I'm just going to come straight back. I have a place in LA now. For those of you who didn't know, if you don't follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you should. I do post different types of updates on there. YouTube is typically my longer videos, and Instagram is where I'm going to be vlogging and blogging and talking about the premieres and everything like that. So you can check me out at, I think it's just Cosmic Warren. I'll look at my handle after this, but I'm pretty sure it's just Cosmic Warren. You can find me on Instagram. I will be vlogging tonight, so I'll be posting a lot, but then in the morning, I think probably like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Pacific time, I will post however long it may be, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, of me just kind of gathering my thoughts and then reacting to what I saw. To Thor, it's more than just, oh my gosh, I just watched Thor Love and Thunder. This is going to be me sitting down and truly thinking about what I saw and giving you my reaction. It's not a full review. I can't do a review yet, so there will be no spoilers in that whatsoever. It's just pretty much going to be me going, wow, I did like this and this, and I kind of was on the fence about these things, or, hopefully I'm like, wow, I loved everything. So yeah, but final predictions for Thor Love and Thunder. I'm actually glad this trailer came out, because now I think it skews it. I think the gravity of this movie is going to be a lot bigger than we actually realized. Same thing goes for Miss Marvel. I'm not going to do any spoilers in case anyone hasn't seen episode 3, but there's a lot of bigger connections happening now in that show, connecting to other movies, actually, and future movies. And I think this is the same thing, especially with this celestial scene right here in Olympus with Zeus. Like, that's really big. I'm assuming Zeus is stronger than Thor, maybe even stronger than Odin. We've seen the flick where he just simply flicks off of, he flicks Thor's clothes off, and that's a pretty good sign of power. Just a little tiny flick from a really long way away and just flicks all of his clothes off. I'm assuming Zeus is probably stronger than Thor, and whether that's just because he's been around, a few thousand years more or many thousand years more, who knows, right? But Celestials are in Olympus here. Like, that's pretty big. And it looks like they just chill there. So are they just chilling with Zeus? Because, it depends on what type of mythology you follow. And of course we have the MCU mythology or comic origins, whatever you want to call it. But the way the Eternals set up the Celestials kind of made it seem like there really wasn't anybody stronger than the Celestials. Now, of course, if you read comics, you know that there are a lot of different cosmic entities. And yes, there are different cosmic entities that are stronger than the Celestials, and especially Zeus. Not trying to downplay Zeus at all, but we know that the MCU and the movies change things. So I'm sitting here wondering, what's the deal? Like, whose city is this? Does it belong to the Celestials and Zeus runs it? Or is it Zeus's and the Celestials just sort of stop by because it's a fun place to hang out? Maybe Zeus can actually protect them, because we have seen the severed head of a Celestial before, because that is the place Nowhere, right? That's where Nowhere is. And I'm thinking that Gore cut the head off, because that's a similar thing that happens in the comics with the whole Null and Gore storyline. I'm thinking we might see that, especially with the Guardians in the very, beginning of this movie, or however long they're going to be in the movie. There's that big connection to Nowhere right there. So we know that Gore the God Butcher is out hunting gods. Maybe the Celestials actually seek refuge at Olympus, and they seek the help of Zeus and other gods that may be there, because there's this crazy guy out there going around murdering gods. That's actually what I think is kind of happening in this movie, and I'm all for it. I really am. I don't think it's good that all the gods he grouped together. It's kind of lining it up for Gore right there, but that's what I think is going to be happening in this movie. And the only thing I have kind of a question about is, at the end, is Gore going to kind of be good? Kind of like, I was wrong, not all gods are bad, and I'm sorry, my bad. But I think he's gonna do that, like, as he's dying, right? He's gonna fight Thor, and Thor's just gonna say, I'm sorry that, the gods weren't there for you. I'm sorry we couldn't save your family. And through this whole journey, I think Gore is gonna be like, okay, not all gods are bad. And unfortunately, I think it's gonna be as he dies. I think he's gonna die. I definitely think he's going to die. I don't think Natalie Portman is going to die, because she does die in the comic storyline eventually. The cancer kills her. I don't think she's going to die. I know she has cancer in this movie, but I don't think she's going to die. I think she's going to be around for a bit. I also think Chris Hemsworth is going to be around for a bit, so I don't think Thor is going to die either. He better not, or I'm going to be mad. So those are pretty much my final predictions. I'm really excited to see it tonight, and I want to say thank you to everybody who has supported the channel. Whether it's been for a day or it's been for 4 years, I super appreciate you. You're the only reason I'm here right now, and trust me, I know that, and I'm extremely, extremely grateful. So thank you. And tonight, look out for my quick little reaction. And tomorrow morning, look out for my longer reaction where I can give a little bit more detail about what I saw. But overall, I'm super excited. I hope everybody else is too. I hope this movie's amazing. And I'll see you all tonight. Love you all 3,000. Love you all in every universe. Woof woof.